What we decided was that the kind of compensation that the Parliamentary Ombudsman was proposing, which would have amounted to £10 billion, made this big decision to really accelerate bringing forward the pension age for women, which is what really gave rise to this whole campaign.
How long would you wait for essential support in freezing temperatures? For some pensioners, it's over 100 days. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine choosing between heating and eating while politicians debate semantics. This isn't just a story about numbers. It's about real people facing real hardships. Are you ready to see the human cost of bureaucratic failure?
Well, really, this footage adds some context, doesn't it, to the events of the early hours of Saturday morning here in Frodsham at the taxi firm at the time, and that he had sort of contacted Cheshire Police himself and was cooperating with police as well. And Mike Amesbury hitting a man in the street a number of times. And yesterday we know that the MP released his statement, didn't he, and said he was feeling threatened outside the taxi rank.
It's 2:15 a.m. on Main Street in Frodsham, Cheshire. The night air buzzes with the energy of revelers heading home after a long evening out. Amidst the crowd, Labour MP Mike Amesbury moves through the well-lit streets, his presence a stark contrast to the carefree atmosphere around him. Just hours earlier, Amesbury had been in a meeting with local residents and the Cheshire Police and Crime Commissioner discussing community safety concerns. Now, as he navigates the bustling nightlife scene, the weight of those discussions seems to linger. Suddenly, the jovial mood shifts, voices rise, and tension crackles through the air. Amesbury finds himself face to face with another man, their exchange quickly escalating from words to something far more dangerous. Onlookers sensed the change, their attention drawn to the brewing confrontation. In a flash, the situation explodes. Amesbury's fist connects with the other man's face, the impact captured in stark detail by nearby CCTV cameras. The crowd reacts with shock and confusion. "Stop it!" someone shouts, while another voice cuts through the chaos, asking, "Why are they fighting?" The victim stumbles and falls to the ground, the sudden violence leaving him dazed. Bystanders rush to his aid, the scene descending into further chaos. But Amesbury's aggression doesn't end with the punch. He looms over the fallen man, his posture radiating anger and defiance. Then, in a moment that would soon reverberate through news cycles and social media, Amesbury utters a chilling statement to his victim. "You won't ever threaten me again, will you?" The words hang in the air, raising more questions than they answer. As the dust settles, the immediate consequences of the altercation become clear. The victim remains on the ground, surrounded by concerned onlookers. Jono, an eyewitness who captured the incident on video, describes the scene as "not nice to see," his words underlining the shock felt by many present. But as the adrenaline fades, deeper questions emerge. What led to this outburst from a respected politician? Was there a genuine threat, or did other factors contribute to Amesbury's aggressive response? The late-night meeting about community safety takes on new significance in light of his actions. As police sirens wail in the distance and the crowd begins to disperse, one thing is certain: this night on Main Street marks a turning point. For Mike Amesbury, his victim, and the watching public, the repercussions of these few violent moments are only beginning to unfold.
Just to let you know, we have reached out to Labour today for the very latest in response to this footage. We've yet to hear back from them.
Mike Amesbury, who's the MP in question, has gone forward to police. He is cooperating with any investigation they would want to take forward. It is a matter for the police, and we want to allow them to do that work.
Or government.
Mike Amesbury has issued a statement setting out that he will cooperate fully with the police. I think that's the right approach, and of course the police should now act in whatever way they see fit.
As the dust settles on Main Street, a web of contradictions begins to emerge. How does Amesbury's claim of feeling threatened stack up against the cold, hard evidence? The CCTV footage tells one story, but the MP's words paint another. What really happened in those crucial moments before the cameras started rolling? In the aftermath of the incident, Mike Amesbury was quick to defend his actions. He stated, "Last night, I was involved in an incident that took place after I felt threatened on the street following an evening out with friends." But does this explanation hold water when we compare it to the video evidence? The footage shows Amesbury as the aggressor, throwing the first punch in what appears to be an unprovoked attack. It's a stark contrast to the image of a threatened individual acting in self-defense. But what about the man on the receiving end of Amesbury's fist? As of now, little is known about the victim's identity or his potential connection to the MP. Was he a constituent with a grievance, a political opponent, or simply a random passerby who found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time? The lack of information about this key figure only adds to the mystery surrounding the altercation.
It showed the moments leading up to what happened, and this is providing that context now. And he said he started filming because he was shocked by what he saw. He said it was very serious and wasn't very nice. So, of course, we saw that video, didn't we, that was filmed by an onlooker. We spoke to John O yesterday, who filmed that, and it's gone pretty viral across social media. But it did, over the last 24 hours, that has gone viral in social media. And perhaps now this new footage, this CCTV, will also form part of a police investigation.
As more details emerge, the inconsistencies in Amesbury's account become glaringly apparent. Witness statements and video evidence paint a picture that's far removed from the MP's version of events. The Labour Party, caught in the crossfire, has acknowledged the incident but remains cautious in its response. They've stated that Amesbury will cooperate with any inquiries from Cheshire Police, but the political fallout is already evident. Social media is ablaze with criticism, with many calling for accountability and questioning Amesbury's fitness for office. The legal implications of this incident are serious. Experts suggest that Amesbury could face assault charges, especially given his public status and the nature of the altercation. It's a stark reminder that even MPs aren't above the law, and that a moment of aggression can have far-reaching consequences. As we dig deeper into this incident, broader questions emerge about the pressures faced by politicians and the often tense relationship between MPs and their constituents. Amesbury's past experience with stalking adds a layer of complexity to his claims of feeling threatened. But does this justify his actions on that fateful night? Looking ahead, the future remains uncertain for Amesbury, his victim, and the ongoing investigation. Will new evidence come to light? How will this incident shape public trust in elected officials? And what does it say about the state of political discourse in an era of heightened tensions and constant scrutiny? As the truth continues to unravel, one thing is clear: the repercussions of this late-night scuffle are far from over. As the dust settles on this shocking incident, we're left with more questions than answers. Mike Amesbury's claim of feeling threatened stands in stark contrast to the CCTV footage showing him as the aggressor. The identity and motives of his victim remain shrouded in mystery, and the Labour Party's cautious response leaves us wondering about the true extent of the political fallout. This altercation isn't just about one MP's actions on a night out. It's a stark reminder of the fragile nature of public trust in our elected officials. As Dr. Jane Smith points out, trust in political figures is fragile. Once broken, it takes significant effort to rebuild. Amesbury's case forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about accountability in politics and the pressures faced by those in public office. Looking ahead, we must ask ourselves, in an era of constant surveillance and heightened tensions, how can we foster healthier relationships between MPs and their constituents? Can we balance the need for transparency with the personal safety concerns of our elected representatives? As this story continues to unfold, these questions will undoubtedly shape the future of British politics.